All right, welcome to day 4 of the Pioneer Marathon. We had some pretty interesting games yesterday. Hopefully these ones go in the same vein. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we're playing first. Phoenix. All right, so this is it, Phoenix. Anyone who's played Pioneer will be familiar with this. Play a bunch of cheap spells and either get Phoenixes in your graveyard and then bring them back for free, or flip Thing in the Ice into a giant monster. Sometimes the deck also plays Ledger Shredder, but this version does not. Then the rest of the deck is made up of various card drawing / cantripping spells and removal. So we have Fiery Impulse to deal 2 to 3 damage. In this deck it's usually 3. Lightning Axe to deal 5, and you can use it to discard the Phoenixes to your graveyard. Spikefield Hazard is a land / ping effect. Consider and opt for cantrips to spell pierces. Chart a Course draws cards and discards Phoenixes into the graveyard. Galvanic Iteration, which we'll get to more about that later, but it copies one of your spells. Pieces of the Puzzle gets you 2 spells and fills up your graveyard, possibly milling over Phoenix. And then, of course, we have Treasure Cruise as our big delve spell, which is filled up with all the various things that are cantripping and discarding cards, including Pieces of the Puzzle. You can also Galvanic to copy your Treasure Cruise. And you got a Temporal Trespass to take an extra turn. So sometimes you can win by you flip Thing or bring back multiple art-like Phoenixes, then cast Temporal Trespass, take an extra turn, and then kill your opponent on the second turn with multiple combat steps. Also, 2 Hollow the Storm Giants round out the deck's threats. Rest of the deck, pure blue-red mana base, 1 Otawara, everything else pretty stock. Sideboard contains 1 extra Spell Pierce, 2 Aether Gusts for the green and red decks, Disdainful Stroke, a Braid, 1 Mystical Dispute, 2 Brotherhood's End, 2 Saheeli's, and then 3 Cackling Drakes. So these make up the additional threats in the matchups that are going to be grindier. So let's jump into the first league of the day with Is It Phoenix? And one of the things about Phoenix is that it is actually a very, very difficult deck to play. There's a lot of decision points. A lot of your decisions matter a lot. So in paper, I think the deck is not as represented as it could be, just because of how difficult it is to pilot. All right, we're on the draw for the first round. Hand is decent enough. I will keep this. We have early interaction. Just need to draw a 3rd land for the rest of this stuff. All right, turn 1 elf is definitely getting murdered. So Spire Bluff, kill that. We did draw a 3rd land. Beseiju, another elf. All right, so I guess at this point, I'm gonna opt no matter what. So I may as well opt now in case I draw another removal spell, and then I just hold up Spell Pierce even if I don't. So opt, I don't need another pieces, bin that. All right, Thing in the Ice, pass the turn. Thing in the Ice is also very, very good against the mono green deck. So Watsy thinks you only need 2 Phoenix. Yeah, don't go buying precons expecting that you're gonna have everything you need. All right, Spell Pierce Kiora, plays another land tapped. So is it better? Ooh, okay, that changes things. So I think I am supposed to still play this on blue, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. So let's go this one, then play Thing in the Ice, and then just kill the elf immediately. Oath of Nissa, Cavalier of Thorns, gets Nykthos. So I can just cast Phoenix, but that seems pretty bad. Let's just play Pieces. Yeah, cast Pieces. So probably grabbing Treasure Cruise and Spell Pierce. I want to be able to Spell Pierce in case they play Karn or something. Although they're probably just going to play Cavalier. So maybe I should just take the other pieces. They can also play like Storm the Festival. Can I cruise right now? So I take 2 things, then there's going to be a bunch of cards in the grid. I can actually cruise right now. Spell Pierce is also just going to get worse and worse as the game goes. So let's take Cruise and Pieces. And then let's cruise. I don't think anything in my graveyard matters. So just eat all of this. Play Treasure Cruise. Thing in the Ice is at 1 counter. And then we pass. And then even if they play Cavalier, we just bounce it back to their hand, swing for 7. All right. So they had to play out another Beseiju as their only land. Cavalier. Did not mill over any storms. So I go Lightning Axe, then the thing flips. I could also just go Consider, let this flip, and then hold priority with the trigger double, because I want to play double axe to get the Phoenixes back anyway. And I don't care if they put any of this stuff back on top of their deck. So yeah, let's cast Consider. And then in response, axe this, and then axe it again. All right, they have conceded. So post-board games, we bring in Stroke and Aether Gust. I don't know to what degree Spell Pierce is useful. It does help like jam up their early Wolf Willows, Kioras, and Karns. So it's probably useful to some degree. The only thing I really actually need to counter though is their big stuff. So maybe I can cut Spell Pierce. I do still want a bunch of removal to kill their early mana elves. Yeah, not actually sure how I'm supposed to sideboard here. Let's see, cut and opt. Maybe cut another opt and just keep all of this. All right, let's run that. Well, 6 lands and a lightning axe is definitely not keepable, so let's mull that. That's a lot more keepable. What am I putting back? I guess I can, so, okay, the hazard is also a land, so I don't want to get rid of it. I need to not bin anything here, but, maybe the treasure cruise. I don't think I can afford to put back anything else. All right, so just bin treasure cruise for now. Land elf. What do I want to save my axe for? I guess Pelucranos. So yeah, just impulse this. Nykthos plays Wolf Willowhaven. All right, so now I need to hold up Disdainful Stroke. So shock this in, pass. 4th land. That looks like Kiora mana. That is in fact a Kiora, but they don't have anything else to do. Okay, consider end step. Aether Gust on top. While that is tempting, I think I just need to draw more action here, especially lands. So grave that. We drew an Odawara. Sure. I'm going to need to axe and stroke something in the same turn, so let's just play Hazard tapped. I guess I have 2 other lands anyway, though. I will have a turn where I need to get Phoenix back as well. All right, let's play an island and pass the turn. So they have basically 6 mana right now. 7 mana. Kiora untaps the thing. Cavalier. All right, stroke that. Well, at least they're down to 1 card in their hand. Chart a course, discard the Phoenix, then what? Or I can just cast Phoenix, hard cast, attack Kiora, but then I'm shields down, but I'm probably shields down anyway. All right, play Odawara, play Chart a course, discard Phoenix. All right, I don't have anything else going on now, so I'm just going to play Thing in the Ice and pass. Oh, they had nothing? All right, so I can only target my thing with the axe, though. All right, so cast Consider, trigger Thing, Phoenix into the graveyard, Temporal Trespass. I need 8. I don't want to discard the Phoenix. Let's see. So Lightning Axe equals this dies, and then I can Spike Field Hazard. I have to remove my Phoenixes to cast the Trespass. I can axe my own thing and then cast Spike Field Hazard and get 3 Phoenixes back, immediately kill Kiora and deals 3 to them. And then next turn I can cast Temporal Trespass. That might be just fine. All right, so I gotta kill my own Thing in the Ice, unfortunately. And then cast Spike Field Hazard, targeting them. And let's go to combat, bring all these back. Attack Kiora, them. And then it's 9 plus Trespass, another 9. Oath of Nissa. Reveals Cavalier. Well, there's the stopgap. Finds a land, puts Storm in the graveyard. We're 1 off of playing Galvanic. All right, well, just attack and cast Trespass. So swing everything. They're not going to block? That's crazy. Why wouldn't they block? They should 100% block. Even if I had the removal spell, they should still block. All right, no blocks. Cast Trespass. And then eat up everything in here. Extra turn. And then I just bounce that out of the way. Aether Gust off the top. All right, 2-0 versus mono green. That was super fast. On to the next round. Man, if these leagues keep being this fast, we're going to finish this in no time. All right, on the play. This is fine. Keep this. Better start preparing for the Legacy Marathon at this right now. We got a lot to go. There's still another 32 entries on the wheel. Spire Bluff, go. Tapped Haunted Ridge. All right, cast Consider. Discard this. So Haunted Ridge tells me Rakdos, but I still think I just have to run out Thing in the Ice. So shock this in, play Thing, go. If they just untap and Fatal Push it, then sure. Reckoner, Bank Buster. All right, so let's see. What am I doing? Opt, don't want more of that, so bottom that. We found a land, so I'll play the Hall of Storm Giants tapped, and then I guess just pass. So I guess I'm hoping that they play a creature so I can axe it and discard the Phoenix. Swamp. Although even if they do play a creature, maybe I'm not supposed to axe it because I need to like potentially hold removal for Shieldred. Cruise, Reckoner, Bankbuster. All right, well, I'll definitely murder that. All right, axe the Bankbuster, discarding a Phoenix. So I'm a bit away from Treasure Cruise, right? I can go Impulse, 3 here, and then just like cast Spike Field Hazard. So I essentially have 4 Delve Fodder because I don't want to discard Phoenix. So we go Impulse, hit this, trigger, we take 2, that's fine. 6 in the graveyard is, so I'm just a little bit off, but I have to cast Hazard so I can get the Phoenix back and flip my thing. So cast this, target you. Actually, hang on. No, I've only cast 1 spell, right? It's just the Impulse. I want to flip Thing in the Ice, so I guess I'm treasure cruising away my Phoenix, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunate. All right, so flip, draw 3 cards. There's a steam vents. I doubt I'm going to need to hazard anything, but who knows. So let's just play this tapped and then swing with the thing in the ice. 4th land, Blood Tithe Harvester. Go for the throat on the thing, sure. All right, so I probably just cast pieces now, right? I guess I can galvanic the pieces. Is that the right move? Probably. So shock this in, cast galvanic, cast pieces. All right, grab chart a course and another pieces. And then on the second one, temporal trespass pieces. You discarded 1 phoenix. All right, go ahead, opponent. We're just swimming in card advantage here. Just absolutely swimming. We get attacked by the Blood Tithe and go to 11. We are now even life totals. Rummage the Blood, discarding Power Word Kill. I don't think Power Word Kill is a playable card in Pioneer when Angels is a deck and Atraxa is in a bunch of decks as well. All right, so I can Galvanic the Treasure Cruise, and then I only have 1 mana left over. I can go Galvanic, Treasure Cruise, or I can just play pieces and hope to get like more Phoenixes in the graveyard. I probably also need to kill one of these things. I'm missing land. Drawing 6 cards off a Treasure Cruise seems pretty appealing. So yeah, let's do that. Flashback this, cast Treasure Cruise, eat everything but the Phoenix. All right, draw 3, then draw another 3. All right, so land. Still didn't find another Phoenix after all of that. So I guess I can play Chart a Course in the attempt to find a second Phoenix. I only have the 1 axe as removal for the Shaman token, which I don't really care to use. All right, Chart a Course. Wow. Yeah, discard a land, I guess. Go to combat, bring the Phoenix back, and then no attacks with it, and then I'm discarding a bunch, right? I'm discarding 4 cards. I don't think Spell Pierce is going to be that helpful at this point in the game. I don't think, let's see, some of the cheapo spells. So consider, I definitely want to make my land drop next turn. I can cut 1 pieces, maybe, not sure. I do need to fill my graveyard up again though. I'm not going to cut Lightning Axe in case Shieldred comes out. All right, let's discard another Consider, and then 1 more card. Maybe the 3rd Treasure Cruise. So this is going to put 8 cards in my graveyard. All right, one of the Treasure Cruises. Opponent discards Kroxa, Blood Tithe, and they can escape Kroxa. So if I were them, I would just escape Kroxa, unless they have Shieldred in their hand. That's the only thing I can see for why they wouldn't just escape Kroxa. Going to attacks. All right, I'm going to block the Shaman to prevent them from getting more treasures next turn. All right, so I need to stop on my upkeep so I can axe that. What am I discarding? One of the pieces, I think. So axe this, discard pieces. All right, then we draw. Oh my gosh. It skipped through past my main phase. So frustrating, Moto. All right, I probably need to take an extra turn with Trespass then. So let's go eat all this up and then cast pieces. All right, we put another Phoenix in the bin, so pieces, Spell Pierce, then take my extra turn. I have 7 in the graveyard, including 2 Phoenixes. So, man, we only have 17 cards left in the deck. So this represents 7 damage right here. And I have 1 Phoenix in exile, right? Yeah. So if I go pieces, I try to hit another Phoenix, and then I need to cast 2 more spells. I get to cast Treasure Cruise, and then Chart a Course and hold 1 mana up for Lightning Axe. All right, so pieces. We found 1 axe, no Phoenixes, unfortunately. So then cast Treasure Cruise, eat everything except Phoenixes. There's Thing in the Ice, but it's too late now. So Island, Chart a Course, still didn't find Phoenix. There's Hall Storm Giants. I'll discard this extra land that I don't need. And then I have 3 spells cast, so I can bring 2 of the Phoenixes back. And then I attack with both. And then we're just going to pass the turn holding up interaction. So if Moto hadn't skipped me past the main phase, I would have been able to get Phoenix out a turn earlier, which would have put them to 2 here, but I don't think it actually matters. Reflection flips. They still have the option to play Kroxa, but at this point it doesn't actually prevent them from losing. All right, so we won the game. So sideboarding versus Rakdos. Probably Spell Pierce to counter various pieces of removal and Fable and whatnot. Probably Aether Gust. Abrade also kills a fair amount of their creatures. It basically kills everything except for Shieldred and Kroxa, but otherwise... Maybe I'm supposed to play the grindy game, actually, like with Crackling Drakes and Saheelis. Not Crackling Drakes, because they have removal. So Saheeli, what do I not want, essentially? I don't want to go card negative on Lightning Axe, but I do need some amount of them to kill Shieldred. So let's cut 1 axe, and then... I think Thing in the Ice is unlikely to live as well. So let's cut 2 of those. Aether Gust is better against, like, mono green. Let's bring in Spell Pierce. Maybe 2 Opts for 2 Abrades. Am I supposed to bring in Crackling Drake in this matchup? I draw a card off of it even if they kill it. I think I probably am supposed to bring it in, which would mean cutting what? Thing in the Ices, because I have more threats. And what else? One Chart, of course. Let's try that. Like, really, this is embarrassing. The 2022 Phoenix Pioneer Precon with 2 Phoenixes in it. Also 2 Thing in the Ice in it. Also, oh my god, look at that mana base. Look at that mana base. Alright, so we are on the draw. I have a reasonable suite of cards here. I will keep this. Alright, so turn 1 Hive, so we're going to play Spire Bluff and just hold up Opt/Spell Pierce. Sulphurous Springs. Opponent plays Croxa. I guess I'll opt in response, so that if I draw a Phoenix... Oh man, that would have been great to have, wouldn't it? I'm not going to keep that though, so let's bottom that. What am I discarding here? I don't want to discard Spell Pierce because I want to Pierce Fable if they play it next turn. I guess I'll discard one of my pieces. Okay. So land, go, holding up a Braid/Pierce. Haunted Ridge. Doing nothing. Alright, so Spire Bluff, and it's better to just play pieces than it is to hold up spells at this point. So, cast pieces. Well, there's only 2 things we can take, so we take both of these, and then pass. Fable. Alright, so they probably had Fable, and they just didn't want to cast it into counter spells. So, if I play Crackling Drake here, they have many, many shots at being able to remove it. I would rather have Spell Pierce up when I play Drake, or like something else up. So what am I doing instead? Definitely killing the token. So what else am I doing besides that? I guess just casting another pieces. All right, second pieces. Take Treasure Cruise and a second Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is also a lot worse when they know you have it. Consider is okay. I milled over both of my halls as well. All right, let's just take the second Spell Pierce. Play Storm Carved and go. Oh, I have to clean up? No, I should have just, I guess, shot that then. What am I discarding? I guess the Spell Pierce. Yeah, that's fine. All right, what are they rummaging? 2 lands. All right, kill this. Probably the only thing I can Spell Pierce is another Fable if they don't have a 5th land. And so they have to have exactly 2nd Fable plus no 5th land. Plays Thoughtseize. What do they take here? Treasure Cruise or Crackling Drake? Probably Treasure Cruise. Yeah, okay, so they took Treasure Cruise. Bloodtithe Harvester. There's Temporal Trespass, but I can't actually... I can take 2 turns in a row. That seems pretty good. I have 0 Phoenixes in my yard at this point, so yeah. So let's shock this in. Play Galvanic. Play Temporal Trespass. So 2 turns in a row. All right, they've just conceded to that. All right, on to round number 3. Is this Phoenix or Drake's? Also, hello, always love to see the content. Thanks for showing up, Ocean Rain. This is Phoenix, but it just has Crackling Drake in the sideboard. And we just happen to not draw any Phoenixes that game. All right, we're on the play. We have no lands, so mulligan. All right, this is fine. What am I putting back? I'm inclined to say Spikefield Hazard, despite the fact that it's a land, because the Consider can hopefully find us a land as well. Although this is the only thing that kills a turn 1 elf from them, if they're on a green deck. I don't currently have a way to get Phoenix out of my hand, but that should change. I'm going to put back Spell Pierce. All right, so let's shock this in, because I don't know which one of these I'm going to need to do. All right, what are we up against? Swamp. Duress. All right, cast Consider. Yeah, I'll keep that. I know they can Duress one of these 2, but we get to keep the other card advantage thing. I almost exclusively play Blue Spirits because of budget constraints and a love of J22 anime. Not sure what that means. Spectral Sailor, but I definitely put together Phoenix Drakes if it was better in the meta and or cheaper. Always been a big fan of Izzet decks, and Temporal Trespass is one of my favorite cards. TLDR, love the deck. All right, so Hall of Storm Giants. J22 anime. I actually really can't even do anything this turn, so I guess I just pass it back. Yeah. Jumpstart 2022. Spectral Sailor got an anime alt art in it. Oh, okay. Den of the Bugbear. All right, there's another Spikefield Hazard means I'm playing one of these tapped and then passing it back. And next turn, I probably just straight up hard cast the Phoenix and start hitting them. And that was 90% of the reason I chose Spirits to play in Pioneer. Are they just going to cast Bone Crusher now? That seems not great. Although if they have nothing else to do, they should just do that. Well, there's Fable, and we can't kill it with our Hazard. Do I just play Phoenix and then don't attack? And then if they Bone Crusher it, I guess whatever. I guess that's what I'm doing. All right, pass the turn. Land discarded. Plays 4th land. So they can kill this attack, which is okay. Or they just trade. I assume they're going to kill it, though. Liliana. So if they tick down, I can actually Hazard it back. No, they're going to make us discard. If they're making us discard, I think I'm discarding my land, but I'm not sure. I can almost just play this as a land if I want to do that as well. All right, discard the land. They discarded Fatal Push. So now they're basically saying trade or attack Liliana back. I have no way of getting it out of my graveyard. I think it's important not to trade. So now that Liliana's in play, I want to just attack her back. All right, let's opt first. Don't want to draw a land, so all right. Well, we drew a land, so attack Liliana, and then did they just have the Bone Crusher off the treasure token? Yeah, okay. They could have done that in combat. I guess it makes sense if they didn't want us to chain spells together. All right, so now I can cruise, but I have to get rid of my Phoenix to do that. So let's say I go land, and then they go plus Liliana again. We discard Spikefield Hazard. All right, so play that and go. Reflection flips over. Plus Liliana, discard Spikefield. They discarded Haunted Ridge. By the way, for anyone wondering, this is the Spectral Sailor art we're referring to, and it is very kawaii. All right, so they attack with the Shaman, make another treasure. All right, plays Bone Crusher. All right, cast Consider. I'm going to bin probably almost anything. Yeah, well, it can't survive Liliana being on the field anyway. If I put it in the graveyard, I then have 8 cards in my yard and Treasure Cruise plus Phoenix. All right, so bin this. So then Cruise, eat up everything but Phoenix. I just still do not have a great board even if I do that. They have the mana to... They can make a copy of Bone Crusher plus the Shaman and attack. And if they draw a land, they can also animate Den. So the maximum upside is play pieces of the puzzle and try to find multiple Phoenixes to bring back. So land, pieces. Well, So let's grab Trespass, Impulse, or Let's say I grab double Impulse, right? And then I Impulse the Reflection. Phoenix comes back. Then I attack Lily down to 2. Then they can attack for 10. So then do I just keep another Impulse instead of Trespass? All right, let's take both Impulses. Let's kill Reflection. Then go to combat. Phoenix returns. The reason to attack Lily is because they can just minus to get rid of it anyway. So we may as well put it to 2, which will force them to get rid of it completely if they want to kill our Phoenix off with it. Fatal Push. Well, what can you do? So now Lily goes to 6. I think I'm probably discarding Chart a Course. How would you say Phoenix is in the current meta? Do you think it's actually inherently too weak after losing Expressive Iteration? Or do you think it has the same meta pattern as Modern Dredge where it goes in circles of players taking out and putting in Graveyard Hate, i.e., well, Graveyard Trespasser is awful for us, i.e. Phoenix strong, sideboard Graveyard Hate, Phoenix becomes weak, take out Graveyard Hate, Phoenix becomes strong. Phoenix is not like Dredge at all. Yes, Graveyard Hate is good against it, but the deck doesn't just fold to Graveyard Hate like Dredge does. It also depends on the kind of Graveyard Hate. Like, obviously, something like Rip is way better than something like Soul Guide Lantern, let's say. And as far as its meta, it's fine. It's still one of the top tier decks. It's just very hard to pilot, is why I think you don't see it as much. Stomps us with the Bone Crusher. They haven't activated... Okay, so they finally activate Lily. How do I get out of this? Because just having one Impulse isn't going to do it. All right, let's discard Impulse. All right, so I can go cast Treasure Cruise, draw 3 more cards and then see what I'm working with. All right, Treasure Cruise, draw 3. I think the only way out of this would have been to basically have a thing in the ice and immediately flip it. Oh, what do I do here? What is my actual out to not losing? Even if I bring back multiple Phoenixes, I think I still just lose. All right, let's play pieces. We hit a Phoenix and hit Treasure Cruise. So even if I hit a second or third Phoenix here, I bring back 2 Phoenixes, or I bring back 3 Phoenixes. One of them hits Liliana, and then I'm still dead on the board. All right, let's cast Chart a Course. Oh, there's another Phoenix. So I bring back 2 Phoenixes, doesn't matter, still die. All right, sideboarding all of this. Braids, gotta kill them. Opposing permanents. Spell Pierce for Liliana / Fable the Mirror Breaker / removal spells. Cutting, not really sure. All right, yeah. Thing in the ice. Let's leave 1 copy in, but 3 other ones, because I'm bringing in a bunch of threats. One of the Chart a Courses, one of the, and then just I have to cut some amount of things. I don't think you can afford, the Spikefield Hazards are also lands. I assume that's accounted for when deck building. So 1 axe, let's actually go 2 axe, and then 2 opt. All right, let's do that. Submit. By the way, this card looks pretty interesting. Back for seconds, 3 mana sorcery, resurrect 2 creatures to your hand, but if you bargain, One of them with value 4 or less goes directly onto the battlefield. I'm not sure if this shows up anywhere, but it's definitely powerful enough to. All right, on the play for game 2. This is good. It has a Saheeli, so I'll keep that. And then we will go island and pass with consider. All right, no turn 1 Thoughtseize I like to see. Cast consider. Treasure Cruise. All right, yeah, let's keep that. All right, I guess I just play Chart a Course here. Discarding one of the lands. And go. Blightstep Pathway. Okay, so they must have just drawn it. Otherwise, they would have duressed us turn 1. So I guess they probably just take Saheeli now, right? I usually only stick with Spell Pierce if my opponent's average mana value is 3+, Blue X, Control, etc. And often board it out against Rakdos because they very easily can get to 5 mana and quote-unquote fizzle my Spell Pierces. What do you think? I may be biased because I play Spirits and Shore Up plus Lofty/Geist does about the same thing for me. Is Spell Pierce just better in Phoenix because it needs that hyper efficiency on mana? Oh, I don't know. I don't have enough experience with Phoenix to know if I'm boarding correctly or not. I feel like it's important to Spell Pierce their Fabled and Mirror Breakers in particular. All right, so Spire Bluff, and then I cannot cast Treasure Cruise, so I guess I just pass the turn. I was definitely on the fence about Spell Pierce. Like, I'm not sure if it's actually correct to board it in or not. Oh, there's Thoughtseize. Yep. So they take more of our stuff. There goes Cruise. So do I just jam out Drake despite the fact that they're going to remove it? I mean, I guess I have nothing else going on, so sure. Even though they're 100% just going to kill this, I have nothing else to do anyway, so may as well play this. They didn't have instant speed removal, so I guess they have Liliana? No. Oh, they just don't have removal for it? Or they're prioritizing playing Fable? Huh. I 100% expected this to get killed. All right, well, I can Otawara the token. That doesn't seem like the best use of my mana. Let's cast Opt. Pieces of the Puzzle. I'm going to play this so that I have red mana open in case I puzzle into a Phoenix. We did not puzzle into a Phoenix, so let's just grab all the most mana efficient stuff. So Cruise plus Consider? Or do I just, yeah, Cruise plus Consider, I guess? Yeah, grab both of those. And then, do I kill this Shaman or do I just Treasure Cruise now? They've already used up 2 different hand disruption spells. I really don't want them making just treasure tokens for free, and I do have to kill this at some point. So I guess let's kill it now. And then go to combat, swing for 9. They are dead in 1 hit if they don't deal with the Drake. I only have experience with Phoenix and Modern pre-looting ban, so my opinion on Pierce in the deck means basically nothing. My guess is as good as yours. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it obviously gets worse as the game goes along. I'm starting to feel like it's probably not actually good. It's also probably less good when we're going to be on the draw in the next game. So let's cut them and put back what? Opt. Aether Gust seems just so bad. Like, it's great when you're Aether Gusting your opponents like Storm the Festivals and Cavaliers because they cost so much. But when you're just like Aether Gusting a Fable on the stack and they just play it again, or you're Aether Gusting any of their permanents in play is also not great. I guess let's just fill back up with more card draw. Yeah, all right, submit. There's lots of cards that like could be good, but who knows if they are good. Like Brotherhood's End. Well, is it good? I mean, like it kills a lot of their creatures, but it doesn't kill Shieldred. It doesn't kill Kroxa. What if they only have like 1 creature in play? Then you're spending 3 mana to kill 1 thing. That seems bad. We only have 1 land, so that's a mulligan. We still only have 1 land, although we do have Consider, and it's a tap land. Going even lower seems very bad as well. Going to 5. Oh, it's so rough. Going to 5 against the Thoughtseize deck seems absolutely terrible. If I keep this, what am I binning? Honestly, probably Treasure Cruise or Phoenix. All right, I'm going to keep, and I'm going to bin Phoenix. All right, no turn 1 Thoughtseize. So play this, go. In my opinion, Aether Gust is an old tech and was pretty much replaced full tilt by Change the Equation. The only thing Equation doesn't hit is uncounterable threats, which come down so late they should be dead anyway. Aether Gust has other uses. All right, I'm 100% shocking this in because I'm going to consider twice at the very least. Or do I just abrade this Reckoner Bankbuster right now? No, because I want to ensure that I hit the 3rd land for Saheeli. So I'm going to pass with Consider up. All right, they are just drawing with the Bankbuster. Castle Locthwain, but it looks like they don't have anything to do with it. All right, cast Consider, bin that. Cast another Consider, bin that. Well, not looking good. Ugh, rough. Well, now I'll abrade Bankbuster because I have nothing else to do. So blow up the Bankbuster, pass it back to them. The threat of Spell Pierce often gets value on its own. Well, if you have the threat of Spell Pierce, then you don't need to actually have it in your deck. All right, so they're eating one of our things. So I have to impulse this and discard a card. That's so bad. What am I discarding? I guess the Lightning Axe, because I have to discard spells to this anyway. All right. Graveyard Trespasser, hit this, trigger, discard Lightning Axe, kill that, and then I can cast Treasure Cruise. Ward coming in handy. All right. I can't play land because I played a land this turn. Go ahead. What other uses does Aether Gust have, would you say then? Aether Gust can hit permanents that are on the field. Equation cannot. Stomp, sure. And then just play Bone Crusher. All right, I think we're actually kind of turning the corner here. Play this. So let's see, I can go... I think I just want to go Saheeli, Lightning Axe this, put Phoenix in the yard. The alternative is to either play Drake or play Chart a Course, discarding the Phoenix, and then... Yeah, okay, let's play Saheeli. And then just pass with Lightning Axe up. And if they animate the Hive, I'll kill that instead. Dreadbore or Saheeli? Well, I guess I do it now to at least get the token. All right, make a servo, kill your Bone Crusher. We go to 14. Saheeli dies. Yeah, there's Graveyard Trespasser. I was worried about that, but I would have made the play probably regardless. Another Saheeli. I'm not going to play it now, obviously. I think I just play the Drake. Yeah. Play Drake, trigger, draw card, play this land tapped, go. So we do have a 9/4 Drake. Tap land. Extinction event. And their Graveyard Trespasser survives that. All right. So eat another thing. We take more damage. We're not out of it yet, though. They're down to 1 card, and we have many more things to do than they do. All right, let's go with... Man, if I pieces now, then it just gets eaten by this thing. So, I should definitely get Saheeli on the board. So, Saheeli. If I play this land now, I want to draw a red spell to kill this. But then I don't want to... I guess I'm discarding my island in all probability. All right, Chart a Course. Trigger this. Make a servo. Resolve Chart a Course. Discarding island. And then I'll play a land. No, actually, I'm not... Play a land. I have to discard to this to kill it. Yeah, all right. Play a land. Go. Oh, damn. I'm only just now learning that Gust can hit permanents. Most of my experience with the card was outing Carnage Tyrant on the stack in Core 19 Standard. Gust, I feel, is a little better in Phoenix because clearing away Cavaliers or Pelucranos can be the difference. But in more pure controlling decks, it's changed the equation. Run change the equation in Blue Spirits with Witness Protection and Brazen Borrower, which can deal with resolved threats, but I don't think Phoenix can afford to run those, so it makes sense. Animate Hive, so I can chump block the Graveyard Trespasser, and then, yeah. So they eat 2 more pieces in my, 2 more things in my graveyard to reduce the Delve Fodder. Then I chump block the Graveyard Trespasser, and then they didn't play a spell, so this flips to Night. Wonderful. All right, so pieces, resolve pieces, what do I get? I guess I'm going to flip it back, probably. And then I can abrade it. I just hit 1 Treasure Cruise. Damn it. If I literally hit a second spell, then I can flip back Trespasser, but since I didn't, now I can't, and now I'm just kind of... Oh, wait, no, I can play Treasure Cruise. Never mind. Why did I... Yeah. Okay, so Treasure Cruise, eat my whole graveyard. So, eat everything. Make another servo. So this will flip back now. I don't have a way to get Phoenix in the yard, so I just should stop playing stuff. So let's go play... River Glide, and then I pass back to them. The Trespasser flips back into a 3/3, and then I go Abrade, discard Steam Vents. I guess I'm going to opt, so I will discard Phoenix if I draw it. Extinction Event, sure. Cast Opt, definitely top that. Then Abrade the Trespasser, Ward triggers, and I discard Steam Vents. All right, I think we're back in it, boys. Pieces, de puzzle, trigger, make another servo. Didn't hit Phoenix, did hit Opt Temporal Trespass. Let's take these. Then let's cast Consider. Fiery Impulse. I'm gonna bin your Chart a Course. How all in on this do I go? I think I want to Trespass with more servos in play, so I don't think I want to do the servos. So let's just Treasure Cruise. Cruise, trigger. Draw 3 more cards. There's Phoenix. Cast Chart a Course. Trigger. Discard Phoenix. Then go to combat. Phoenix returns. And attack with all the things that I can attack with. Yeah, the Delve spells are a problem, guys. Doesn't matter that we don't have fetch lands. Yep, won the match. On to round number 4. If you could print 1 pre-Return to Ravnica card into Pioneer that wouldn't, quote, band-aid the format, i.e. Path, Monolith, etc., just something fun, what would it be? As a Spirits player, I kind of want to mess around with Geist of Saint Traft. So a fun card, not a, like, fixes problems card. I'll have to think about that. On the play, this hand looks fine. Keep this. All right, Spire Bluff, go. Sacred Foundry tapped. So, all right, cast Consider. Treasure Cruise. I think I have to bin this because I just don't have land. Oh, there's another Phoenix. Play Otawara. There's nothing I would play main phase that I would get off of Opt, so let's just pass again. Mountain. So is this the Pia deck? Yep, it's the Pia deck. Land, play with fire. All right, Opt, keep that back to us. So let's shock this in and cast Pieces. All right, only 2 things to hit, and go. For cards to legalize into Modern, I don't know, or into Pioneer, I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to mind is Tarmogoyf. But that's not really like a fun card. Play with Fire Us. How in the world do they have an Impulse deck with no early turn stuff to do? So I can cast Chart a Course to put a Phoenix in the yard, but then I really can't do much else. I guess I want to hold up red for this Pia when they play it, if they play it. So Chart a Course, discard the Phoenix, play Hall of Storm Giants, go. Now I'm just going to Lightning Axe it if they play it. All right, they play it, so they're just going to play Showdown probably. Yep, there's Showdown. All right, play Opt, Thing in the Ice. They have double Bone Crusher, so let's put that on the bottom. Another Hall. I think I still just keep passing, and then when they try to like play out multiple things, I just axe them. I really want to play double axe, so let's pass. Plays Pia. I don't have a priority window right now. Plays Kumano. Trigger. All right, Lightning Axe this. They're casting Stomp in response to make another Thopter. Yeah, okay. So all that stuff resolves. Then Kumano hits the board. We take 1. Am I supposed to Impulse one of these Thopters right now? I don't think so. All right, back to us. Let's cast Pieces. Let's grab Chart a Course and another removal spell. We bend our 3rd Phoenix, which is excellent. So then we go Impulse one of these, and then Impulse the other one of these. And then we go to combat, bring 3 Phoenixes back, and attack with everything. And our opponent is dead in 1 hit, although not quite because they have this Bone Crusher. Oh no, the Bone Crusher is in exile via its adventure mode. Right. So they have to have removal or ability to make more Thopters, which they very easily could. They have 7 cards in their hand. I know they main deck Chain to the Rocks. Goyf can be fun. I'm unsure how strong it would be in Pioneer without fetch lands and, quote, free discard fodder for Liliana like Street Wraith. Don't have much experience with Boomer Jund though, so I could be dead wrong. And Pioneer Jund would be tier 0. All right, there's Pia, unfortunately. I saw a Madman the other day who fused Pia and Convoke. I'm sure it only worked once in a blue moon, but when it did, they must have felt like a god. All right, Chain to the Rocks. We lose a Phoenix. I don't think I have any way to get rid of Chained, right? So then they can just play a Bone Crusher to make a Thopter. It's also a, Jesus Christ, 5/6 Pia because of all the counters from Kumano and Showdown. They have another Chain to the Rocks. Okay. 3/4 Soul Scar Mage. Another Kumano. So these are both 5/6s now? Wow. I can... Oh, wait, no. Because it had Prowess. That's why. I can kill both of these. I can go Galvanic, Axe, shoot both, Pulse, then Pia. And then one of the Kumanos flips over. So that cost me 4 to do, and I have 5 mana, so I can play one other spell to see if I have something better to do than that. All right, so Opt. I'll take a land. Play land, and then go Galvanic, Lightning Axe, shoot this. I guess I discard Chart a Course. Then copy targets here. Then pulse this, and then attack with Phoenix. All right, so if they play their Bone Crusher right now, it's a 5/4, and they have 1 card in their hand. All right, there's Bone Crusher. Take 2 from the Kumano. So opponent is dead to a 2nd Phoenix, a Spikefield Hazard. If I draw another land, I can animate Hall, another Bone Crusher. If I draw another land that isn't a Spire Bluff Canal, I can animate Hall. So I can flashback Galvanic, Pieces, and then I'm taking 9. So it's better to probably just Pieces and try to find something to do. All right, Pieces. What do I get? Consider Chart a Course. All right, let's cast Consider now first for more options. And if I draw Thing in the Ice, I'd play that. Bin the Phoenix. Actually, I guess I take the Phoenix and then, no. Bin the Phoenix. Cast Chart a Course. Discarding Spire Bluff Canal. That'll do it. Shock this in, go to combat, attack them, and Spikefield your face. All right, game 2. All right, so they're the Boros Pia deck, which means I want a Braid and Brotherhood's End to kill all their stuff, and I want Aether Gust so that I can counter Showdown of the Scalds / a million other things, and Spell Pierce because they run a bajillion impulse draw cards. Drake and Pia don't seem great here. What's their removal? Chain to the Rocks, Play with Fire. Yeah, Drake doesn't seem great there. So I need to cut 7 cards. Mana negative on the axes can go. Some of that can go. Maybe I just cut all my axes. No, I need to keep at least some axes in case they make really big creatures. Opt is like our worst draw spell. So cut Opt, cut one chart of course. So something along these lines, just more removal. All right, let's go with that. So on the draw versus the Boros Pia. Does Boros Pia deck have a name? I'm just calling it Boros Pia or Boros Impulse Aggro. No lands, Maul. All right, keep this. What am I binning? No land. I'm not binning any lands. I'm inclined to just bin Aether Gust. It's like Aether Gust or Treasure Cruise. Let's bin Aether Gust. Mountain. Swift Spear. So is the correct move to hold up Spell Pierce and just let this hit me again? Or is it to kill it now? I'm going to kill it now, but I'm not actually sure that that's correct. It entirely depends on what their turn 2 is. Like if their turn 2 is one of the impulse draw cards, then Pierce is better. But if their turn 2 is just like Pia, all right, it is an impulse draw card. All right, that's at least not too bad. So let's play Hall and then let's just play Chart, of course. Discard a land. So when they play this as their third land, the Chained is stranded. All right, there's Pia. And they get that, make a Thopter. They're going to play Chained anyway just to make another Thopter. Sure. Go to 17. Need to find an answer to Pia. Tormod's Crypt. Okay, that's pretty good. Shock that in. And then 3 damage to each creature. Get wrecked, Pia! Ren's getting Swift Spear land. If they don't pop the Tormod's Crypt right now, I'm just going to Treasure Cruise on my turn for the full amount. All right, Treasure Cruise. And pass it back to them. We didn't draw any lands off of that. And that's the problem with one-off Graveyard Hate against Phoenix, like Tormod's Crypt, instead of a spell like Rest in Peace, which is that if you don't pop it immediately, then they get to delve. If you do pop it, then they get to bring back Phoenixes later, or they just refill the graveyard anyway and then delve later. All right, there's Phoenix. I can't get it back. I could just play it and block, because the alternative is I just cast more of these spells. All right, I guess I'm just hard casting a Phoenix. And that's another thing, is like, even if you have Graveyard Hate like this, your opponent can just hard cast the Phoenixes. All right, no removal. Cross her fingers. Puts Giganta in their hand. Another land. No attacks. All right. Let's see. I guess so Pieces doesn't find us lands. Let's go consider. All right, there's a land. It's unfortunately a shock land. I don't really see any reason to hold Spell Pierce up anymore. I could cast Chart a Course, discarding Spell Pierce. You know, let's do that. Chart a Course, discard Spell Pierce, play Otawara, play Thing in the Ice. Showdown of the Scalds. All right, what do they hit? Not Chain to the Rocks and Rending Volley. Jeez. So we lose both of our guys and take 9, and we're down to 1 or 8. Did I miscount? Okay, we're taking 8 down to 2. That's still really bad. I can't kill this anymore because it kills me. I can Impulse the Swift Spear. So let's see. I have to Impulse the Swift Spear pretty much no matter what. Becomes the target of a spell. Kill that. So Treasure Cruise costs 2. I guess I have to do it. Treasure Cruise. Bunch of lands. All right, we are dead. So sideboarding, I think I keep everything the same. Is Saheeli good here? Just makes like a bunch of free chump blockers that block everything except for the Thopter tokens from Pia. They're bad with Brotherhood's End when I want to sweep the board anyway, though. And I have to cut stuff for them. Can I cut one card for them? Maybe the Aether Gusts aren't actually very good. Their spells are so cheap except for Showdown, basically. Yeah, let's do that. All right, on the play for game 3. Not really sure what the holdup is here, but... All right, so this hand looks fine. Let's keep it. I think I'm actually playing Spike Field on turn 1 so that I can ensure that I have a curve. All right, so play that, go. Sacred Foundry, tapped. All right, so Hall of Storm Giants, and then just pass with burn spells open. Inspiring Vantage. Opponent plays Invasion of Gobakon, which I cannot do anything about. All right, Invasion of Gobakon. What is exiled and costs 2 more now? If I were them, I would take Pieces. Yep, they indeed took Pieces. All right, I guess I'm just going to play this tapped then and pass the turn. Reckless Impulse, revealing Soulscar Mage and another Invasion of Gobakon. All right, I guess I just kill that. Well, cast Phoenix and attack them. Chain to the Rocks, yep. Another Invasion, presumably Brotherhood's End. Yep. Ooh, Thing in the Ice. All right, Thing in the Ice, cast Consider, trigger Thing, Pieces of the Puzzle I'll keep, and then pass. Reckless Impulse, and they found another frickin' Chain to the Rocks. Yep. All right. Goodbye, Thing in the Ice. Okay, Pieces. One spell. All right, take that. Play this tapped, go. Another Reckless Impulse, revealing yet another Ren's Resolve, plus land, plus Soulscar Mage. All right, there's Soulscar Mage. Plays Monastery Swift Spear, and hits us. Or no, are they hitting us or one of their invasions? They hit one of their invasions. Okay. Another land. I could just play Brotherhood's End to kill both of these. What do these flip into? End step, put a +1 creature on each creature that attacked this turn. Sacrifice to make everything hexproof and indestructible. Yeah, let's just cast Brotherhood's End. Deal 3 to everything. Clear their board up. Obviously, they get to play another stupid impulse, but what can you do? Pia, and then Ren's Resolve. My god, that's stupid. And then Pia triggers again. Then they get to swing both of these at invasion, and then everything's indestructible and gets +1 counters. All right, so Thing in the Ice is the only thing that really gets me out of this, I guess. Wait, you cast it? You cast the battles when they flip over? I guess you do. Creatures you control get hexproof and indestructible. So I go a Braid here, and then they'll probably pop the Light Shield, and then I take another turn. Okay, so... Oh no. So I'm going to lose my whole graveyard. I have multiple spells, right? Yeah, okay. So Impulse this. They just let it die. I'm surprised they just let it die. All right, Trespass. So blue, blue. I'm going to delve as little as possible because I don't think I'm going to have any sort of follow-up. All right, take an extra turn. And let's see what we can do with that extra turn. There's Treasure Cruise, which we can't do really anything with right now. So cast this incredibly expensive pieces. Double pieces, Arclight in the graveyard. And I can't cruise without getting rid of this Arclight. All right, let's wait a turn. They're going to hit us, slash the invasion, flip that over, make a bunch of... Put 2 counters on everything. All right, yeah. So pass back to them. We just have to find Thing in the Ice. Land. Showdown of the Scalds. Yep. Just never, ever, ever run out of spells. Oh, double Rending Volley, so we can't possibly keep Thing in the Ice around. Excellent. So this goes, then we're at 18. They double counter on everything, plus have double protection. There's Brotherhood's End that does jack. It doesn't even kill these. All right, so pieces. Another Phoenix is excellent. So chart a course Treasure Cruise. So chart Cruise, done. Then cast Treasure Cruise, eating up a bunch of stuff except Phoenixes. Treasure Cruise. All right. I do need to cast one more spell. I could just play another Pieces, I guess. So another Pieces leaves me. So I play land. I have play land, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 more. It's probably better to just play Chart a Course. Let's see. Play this. Play Chart a Course. Awesome. Hit a Phoenix. All right. So combat, everything comes back. Do I try to race them? They have... This is 13 power. So if I swing out, they go to 7, and then they can just block me. I'm dead to what? Like Swift Spear plus a bunch of spells in a row? They're going to get a look at so many cards next turn. It's probably better to have blockers. All right. Stomp one of our Arclights. Sure. Oh, this is so ridiculous. All right. At least they lose the Rending Volleys this turn, right? So if we find Thing in the Ice after this point, we can flip it. So it plays the second Showdown. Another counter on this stuff. So now we're just chump blocking Thopters. They found another Impulse and... Yeah, all right. We've lost one Thing in the Ice already, right? Or have we not? No, we lost one under the Chained earlier. Right. Swift Spear. More counters. Stomp another Phoenix. Well, good thing I didn't attack. Yeah, so the only possible out I have is to find Thing in the Ice. But I not only have to find Thing in the Ice, I have to be able to chain 4 spells back to back in order to flip it. I get what? I get to res 3 Phoenixes, so I have 3 blockers here. And then and then every single creature is still lethal. Absolutely absurd. All right. What do I need to do? I need to consider and find Thing in the Ice immediately. Yeah. All right. Consider. Not a Thing in the Ice. Bin it. Still not a Thing in the Ice. So I have 9 cards. 3 of them are Phoenixes. I don't want to get rid of any of that. So what in the world do I even do? I can cast Galvanic, cruise the Galvanic away, and then I only have 3 mana after that. I put Saheeli in my deck, but the servos can't block any of these Thopters, but the Phoenixes can. If I chart a course, I don't have enough mana to play Saheeli and another spell. All right, Galvanic, play Treasure Cruise, and unfortunately eat my Galvanic out of the graveyard. So draw 6. There's Thing in the Ice, which I can't flip. So Thing in the Ice is a chump blocker, and then I have to try to find another thing next turn. So Thing in the Ice, play Consider, bin that, and then play Lava Guide Pathway, I'm going to axe this Monastery Swift Spear right now, discarding a land that I don't need. Yeah, so then they sack their Light Shield. It survives. Then I go to... I've played a land. So then I go to combat. Phoenixes all return. I can't actually attack with any of them. And then I go to discard and discard Spire Bluff. And if they find any removal, we're dead. Stomp. We lose. Oh, and they have Rending Volley. Why not? Why not? Yeah, all right. On to round number 5. The deck just feels so gross. It feels like it's an aggro deck that has no downsides. Because between all the impulse draw, you just never ever run out of cards. I don't think it's ban worthy though. It just feels so hopeless to fight against it once it gets later in the game. It's like aggro decks are not supposed to get better as the game goes along, but it does. All right, this hand's fine. I keep it. Spire Bluff, go. All right, so Spike Cave feels like it's probably the Phoenix Mirror. So play this tap and go. It feels like a Pauper deck. Does it? Is that what Pauper decks play out like? Spire Bluff. All right, so we're playing the Phoenix Mirror. Well, they can obviously have Spell Pierce, but let's just attempt to play pieces. Is it Charm? All right, there's Thing in the Ice, which I have to unfortunately spend 2 removal spells to get rid of. I can get my Phoenix back this turn though, so play land, play Chart a Course, discard the Phoenix, and then impulse this, and then impulse this, then go to combat, swing with the Phoenix. What am I doing? All right, let's play Opt. Sure. Go to combat, swing with the Phoenix. Swing. Lightning Axe, discarding their own Phoenix. Very well. Second main, Treasure Cruise. I'm just going to max out on spending actual mana. Leave more Delve fodder around. All right, pass the turn. Otherworldly Gaze. Well, this is definitely a different version of Phoenix. Is it Charm and Gaze? All right, Treasure Cruise, draw a bunch. Do not get their Phoenix back. All right, let's just go Thing pieces. So Thing pieces. At this point, is Spell Pierce? Spell Pierce is going to have very diminishing returns as this game continues. So let's take Opt and Lightning Axe, I guess. And then I have 7 cards in my graveyard. I'll play Hall. Pass the turn. This could just be Is It Control or a really weird creativity deck. Mill a bunch, then Gear Hulk. Nah, it's Phoenix, but it's just like they're just playing different cards. Flashback Gaze. Just milled over 1 land and kept the other 2 on the top. Impulse Thing in the Ice, and then they're going to shoot it with another removal spell and then get their Phoenix back. So they did exactly what we did. All right, Phoenix returns. So back to us. I could hit them with Hall, but it's better to do something else. So, okay. Play pieces, Cruise and Chart a Course. Then let's play Cruise. Now, do I play Cruise here? I guess I Cruise first so that Chart a Course is more likely to find another Phoenix. Huh. Maybe I just run out Thing in the Ice then. So let's go land. Thing in the Ice, Opt to return Phoenix attack. Play Opt. Bottom that land. There's a Phoenix. All right, so our Phoenix comes back. Attack with the Phoenix. Plays pieces. They milled over another Phoenix, and they took Opt and Consider. Treasure Cruise. All right, Phoenix comes back. Let me go to 11. All right, so what am I doing here? I want to bounce their Phoenixes, not kill them. So let's go Chart a Course. Triggers Thing in the Ice. Draw, Phoenix. Chart a Course. Trigger. Discard Phoenix. And then Consider, flip this, bounce all the Phoenixes back. Spikefield Hazard I will draw. Then the only way to get this out of my hand is to axe my own Awoken Horror, which obviously leaves it susceptible to getting killed. Oh yeah, I get 2 Phoenixes back. They go to 13 and then I just hazard them. Oh yeah, so I've played 3 spells, so I don't need to do anything else. All right, so go to combat, come back with the Phoenixes, attack with everything. Impulse the Phoenix, sure. So they did have the impulse. They go to 4. So let's see. I have 8 cards. How many cards? I have 8 cards in hand, so I'm just going to discard this Phoenix to hand size. Sure. Casts Gaze with Flashback's Gaze rather. Plays Opt. Plays another land. Plays Consider. Yeah, so I figured it was Trespass. I'm going to see if I can find a Spell Pierce. All right, didn't find a Spell Pierce. Sure, they take an extra turn. So another land. All right, we won the game. So versus Phoenix, I probably want Spell Pierce. Do I want Stroke to counter Cruise and Trespass? I guess I do, right? Mystical Dispute for sure. And then all of these threats. And then basically this removal is all garbage. Axe can kill Thing pre-flip, I suppose. So I don't want to get rid of like all of them. There's also like you play Spikefield Hazard plus another burn spell to get rid of a Phoenix forever, but that's not great. Let's try that. Only 1 land, although I don't have Consider to find another land. But if I don't find another land, then it's so bad. All right, let's mull. All right, keep this. What am I putting back? I'm gonna put back Spike Field or Axe. So the thing is, Axe is the only thing that kills an opposing thing in the ice. I guess I can just counter thing in the ice with Mystical Dispute though. Yeah, put Axe back. Steam Vents tapped. All right, Spire Bluff, go. Plays Hall of Storm Giants, and then is apparently not doing anything, so cast Consider. Do I want to just take a land? No. Graveyard that. Spell Pierce. So let's get this into play tapped now. Do I do that, or do I just play what's the worst thing? They go like Thing in the Ice with Spell Pierce backup? All right, I'll play River Glide and pass. Or this cast like Is It Charm to loot, and then I need to counter it? Yeah, all right, Spell Pierce. Tap land, back to us. Healy. All right, so let's play this now and then just pass back. And then try to resolve Saheeli with Mystical Dispute. Another one. All right, I just have to counter that. I can't allow them to just mill like 2 Phoenixes into their graveyard or whatever it is they're trying to do. Or get Delve Fodder for Cruise. Plays a tap land. All right, let's try for pieces first and see if this gets countered. It indeed gets countered with the third Is It Charm. All right, pass back to them. I think it's better to resolve Saheeli anyway. 5th land. Treasure Cruise paying all their mana. All right. I am short on Treasure Cruise, so for now let's just resolve Saheeli while they're tapped out. Another land. 1 land away from Hall. Hard cast Phoenix. Well, unfortunate. So Saheeli goes to 2. They still have 2 mana up after that. Our own Phoenix. All right, let's try for pieces. Trigger Saheeli. We're just losing to mana advantage right now. They have more lands than we do. Yep. The 4th Is It Charm, and we're still 1 short of pieces. So I guess I'm just going to copy my servo. Oh, this is -2. Never mind. Yeah, all right. So just pass. And then Saheeli will die, but what can you do? This servo at least chunks 7 from the Hall at some point. Thing first equals Treasure Cruise gets countered by Spell Pierce. They didn't do anything despite the fact that they can activate Hall of the Storm Giants, so... All right, let's try to resolve Cruise. I guess I should have accounted for Mystical Dispute. All right, play Thing in the Ice. I tunnel visioned on them having Spell Pierce and didn't account for Mystical Dispute. Otherwise, I could have just delved 1 more. What in the world do they have at instant speed for this much mana? Oh, just hard cast Lightning Axe. At least they're like low on cards, at least. All right, Hall. Let me just chump block this. But we're also not really doing anything either. All right, play a Phoenix. Play this tapped and go. Lightning Axe discarding a land and then hit us for 10. Crackling Drake. How big is this? 6/4? So it doesn't actually trade with this. Alternative is I cruise for all of my mana and then I have nothing. All right, I guess I play Crackling Drake. 1 mana spell. 1 mana spell. Pass the turn. So now I'm just chump blocking Hall and then taking another 3 and then I still need to find a way out of this. Block Hall. How much does Treasure Cruise cost right now? It costs 3, so I can't play Saheeli and Cruise. Jesus. All right, eat everything, including Phoenix. Try to find an answer. Not an answer. So chart a course. All right, we're dead. Let's see. So the Saheelis are really not actually very good. So just leave in spells. All right, let's try that. On the play, we can keep this. Spire Bluff, pass. Opponent plays a Spire Bluff. Cast Opt end of turn. Don't need more lands at this point. Crackling Drake. All right, River Glide, cast Chart a Course. Opponent Spell Pierces. Pass it back to them. Then back to us, so we play Spire Bluff, and then I have nothing else to do, so just pass it back to them. Is It Charm end of turn to loot? Loot it away, Galvanic Iteration. I'm very tempted to just throw Spikefield Hazard in the bin to get Treasure Cruise higher up. I think I'm doing that. Hazard you. Then back to us. All right, Storm Carved, play Drake. Opponent opts in response, and they put it on top. All right, we drew a Phoenix. Is It Charm looting more? Discarded Treasure Cruise, Hall of Storm Giants. If they're discarding Treasure Cruise with this many cards in their graveyard, that cannot be a good sign for me. All right, Treasure Cruise, back up to 7 cards in hand. Land, shocking it in. Back to us. All right, land, play Chart a Course, discard a Phoenix, cast Consider, bin another Phoenix. Wow. I can cruise for, if I play this land here, oh no, I've played a land. So 2, and then I have to exile 6 cards from my graveyard, which includes Arclight Phoenix. Really don't want to do that. Yeah, let's just attack with the Drake. All right, swing. Is It Charm, looting 2. Discards Phoenix. All right, I guess they take 5 from the Drake. Consider. Discards Gaze. Pieces of the puzzle. They picked Impulse and Consider. They Treasure Cruise. They still have this many cards in their graveyard. And there's Consider. So now they get a Phoenix back and they can just chump with it. All right, thus far they've failed to have an answer for the Crackling Drake, so it probably behooves me to just play another Crackling Drake. There's the 4th friggin' Phoenix. Wow. So Treasure Cruise minus the Phoenixes in the graveyard is 3 mana, which precludes me from playing Drake this turn, so I should just play Drake. Yeah, play Drake. Draw a card. Temporal Trespass. All right. Attack with this Drake. Chump block here. Pieces of the puzzle. They milled over an Arclight Phoenix, right? Yeah. And they picked Consider. Impulse one of the Drakes. Spikefield Hazard the Drake, and then they get both their Phoenixes back. All right. So Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Treasure Cruise, and I can pay for Pierce and Mystical Dispute. Sure, pay for Mystical Dispute. Resolve Cruise. Can't do anything else. And attacking just trades for the 2 Phoenixes, and they just bring them back again, so pass back to them. Another piece is milling over yet another Phoenix. They got an Otherworldly Gaze off of that. Otherworldly Gaze. Binning land Impulse. Casts one of the Considers. Kept it, whatever it is. Lightning Axe, and then they get 3 Phoenixes back. Or 2 Phoenix. Oh, they have the other one. All right, all the Phoenixes. All right, we can potentially just kill them on our turn, though. I have to cast 3 spells, so I go Chart a Course, discard one of the Phoenixes. I have 5 mana left. All right, Chart a Course, discard Phoenix, cast Consider, and then play Pieces of the Puzzle. Take Axe, take Spell, whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, I have to get this Phoenix out of my hand, right? So it does matter. So there we go. And now we get 4 Phoenixes back. Bam. Attack with everything for lethal. All right. 4-1 with Phoenix. Obviously minus that one game where the Boros Pia player went nuts. So let's see. I've been seeing more and more that the Phoenix decks I've been playing against have been running Is It Charm and Otherworldly Gaze. I don't know if that is correct or not. I guess it's like more all in on the Phoenix plan. Is It Charm also has a lot of other uses. Besides, like Chart a Course can only draw 2 and loot a card away, whereas Is It Charm can do more. And it's possible that the looting the second card away isn't as important, or like is maybe even an upside when you can delve so many things. So maybe you should just be playing Is It Charm. But overall, yeah, pretty stock Phoenix. Clearly you could fine-tune some stuff. I'm not sure how good Saheeli is. It's obviously like better in some matchups than others. But yeah, that is It Phoenix?